let's jump into things. We're going to kick things off with our Monday memory and gave you a little clue before. So, with our Monday memory today, I just wanted to take a moment and reflect on the 70s a little bit from a fashion and sartorial standpoint. You know, the 70s, it's funny, growing up, I was born in the late 70s. I was born in 78. Growing up, I like hated 70s fashion. An 80s girl, the new romantics and the punk rock era and all that. That was kind of like my childhood. And then also the birth of hip hop as well. That had a major influence on fashion. But when it came to the 70s, I just never liked it because all I had images of were consistently polyester, right? The super spread collar, the bell bottoms, right? And it just like, think of like Scooby Doo, right? It just wasn't inspiring. The decor, the colors, all of that just wasn't my jam. But as I've gotten older and have been more versed in kind of like the history of fashion through the work that I do as a stylist, I really have come to appreciate the gems that the 70s gave us. I mean, it was more than just, again, bell bottoms, polyester, and disco. There were other elements that actually we see repeated, as with other fashion eras, honestly, time and time again. So I wanted to kind of give you a little glimpse of what else the 70s had to offer. There was lots of introduction of like embroidery. Let me check my notes here. There was some cool things I wanted to share with you. The knitting, crochet, patchwork, synthetic materials, again, the polyester that came to be. But it kind of evolved in a space that there were actually some really cool pieces for women. So I'm going to show you this image here that kind of encapsulates a little bit of it. So here we have the disco look, again, 70s, very much a thing, right? But then the 70s was also when Diane von Furstenberg, aka DVF, brought us the wrap dress. Now she is coined with inventing the wrap dress. While technically that might not be true, she is who really brought it to the forefront, and that was her staple, like then and now. So we had the beautiful wrap dress into play, and then we also had kind of exaggerated proportions. And this is exactly what I mean about history repeating itself and us stepping into fashion from years before. In my autumn trend report, my fall winter trend report, basically, that we release every year. We do two reports. We do a trend report for spring summer and one for fall winter. And one of the major trends that I forecasted for the season was large proportions, big proportions, voluminous proportions, right? So Norma Kamali actually kind of brought this to the forefront in the 70s. And I don't think a lot of people really realize this, again, because we don't think about the 70s in this way. So I thought it would be really, really cool to show you some inspiration, kind of taking a trip down memory lane. And then again, acknowledging, yes, fashion does repeat in maybe perhaps more modern interpretations, but it's definitely there. And if you have not downloaded my free report, we're going to include that link in the show notes where you can get pretty much, I think this year I want to say it was like 13 major trends that I was seeing for this season. But I also want to show you, we're talking a little bit about Yves Saint Laurent. I wanted to show you the some pieces from his this is from his 1971 Liberation runway show that was really kind of meant to be it was regarded as being extremely scandalous. And when I was looking and when I was prepping for today's show and trying to pretty much checking everything out. I was like, in today's standards, a lot of the stuff is definitely not scandalous, but I can appreciate kind of where they were coming from that point of view. But this first picture, I can definitely say, yeah, that was scandalous. They even have it noted down here, a scandalous look from a scandalous show. And what the reason why this was scandalous was that Yves Saint Laurent, up until this time period, he was known for very, I would say, androgynous looks, and looks that really played between that masculine, feminine, which he did carry out a little bit through his designs, well into the 70s, but bringing more femininity to the forefront in some of these designs, as we can see with this gorgeous outfit here. I mean, look at that. It's a very fitted blazer with these diamond straps right here, right? That's so pretty. Your bust needs to be like the perfect size to be able to wear this, I think. To pull it off and have the straps draped the way they do. She looks absolutely gorgeous. So I thought that was really cool. Let's see what else we have from that show. This one, again, this one here, not a scandalous look at all. This is a suit from the show. Pretty understated look, I think. This one's really beautiful. This dress. So here we've got that waist accented and that boa. It looks like a mink. Is it a mix? It's a silver fox. Silver fox, beautiful. Not scandalous. This is a sequin lit. So there is a famous evening coat from this collection that has these lips all over it. And I think we do see a shot of that a little bit later on. Here's another one, which was meant to be, looks like a cigarette sticking out of the lip. It was the 70s, everybody smoked. And here we have this beautiful tailored suit that has got some accented trim, right? Almost kind of like piping all around. Really, really pretty. We definitely see looks like this today, but this one is accented with a turban. Something that we definitely saw a lot more kind of like hats and turbans and wraps and so on in the 70s. So Yves Saint Laurent was definitely channeling that. Here's the pinstripe suit. This one is double breasted. We have a slightly wide lapel on this, but again, very fitted for the female form. And then we also have that fox fur accent that, she maybe could wrap around and use as a stole or put it over her shoulders. That is a beautiful, beautiful look. And here is kind of a suit separate. So we've got the pinstripe trouser on the pant. This is a high-waisted one. You can see the shape of her hips here, really, really lovely. And a beautiful halter blouse. Looks like it's got a little bit of stripe. I'm not sure if it's a knit or a silk, but very feminine nonetheless. Here's a maxi dress. So this is a printed Grecian maxi dress. So you can see the Grecian motif here. I mean, you look like it looks like you're looking at a painting. This took time to do for sure in terms of getting that silhouette, that shape, that draping. That's a really, really beautiful piece. I love that. And we have it accented with a sheer scarf, which probably maybe has like a similar theme. Another turban moment here. This is what they say, a daytime look, a day look. So short sleeve blouson. Looks like this one is definitely silk and it's got a pussy bow. Really, really cute. Beautiful tailored trouser. I gotta tell you what, I love a tailored trouser. I mean, that is definitely my favorite type of pant. When you have something that is high waisted, just drapes over the hips and it just comes straight down and you've got that pleat right in the front. I think that to me, there's no woman that wouldn't look good in something like that. Honestly, absolutely beautiful. Um, a belted evening dress. Now, I'm pretty sure I got to see this dress in person a few years ago. My husband and I went when we lived in Northern Virginia. We visited a museum in Richmond, and we went there for the sole purpose of seeing Yves Saint Laurent dress collection. Oh my gosh, I've got to dig back in my archive of photos because I have endless photos from that exhibit. It was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And the cool thing too was that it also included paper dolls that he used to cut and play with as a child because he was always into women's fashion and like his sketches. All of that was part of this exhibit. Really, really beautiful. But seeing this, I'm pretty sure I saw that in person at the collection. I love that we've got that suede texture in the middle, again highlighting the woman's smallest portion of her waist, and really creating that proportional look from a visual standpoint. A mini dress, we got embroidery, kind of a corset moment going on in between here. It's kind of cool. And yeah, this is that coat I was telling you about, the evening coat. So check this out. Do we have another? No, that's the only photo of it. So it looks like it's about a little longer than knee length. It looks velvet. That is so fun. I would totally, I would totally wear something like this, especially it's got pink involved. I'm there. But yeah, that's really, really cool. And it looks like it seems like there's only one set of lips that has that cigarette. So that's cool. That makes that really, really stand out. I would love to see that in person. This is nice. This is, ooh, a green. Of course, it's not, it's dyed. But this is another fox fur coat. That color, stunning, great for the fall season. So yeah, those are some looks at what Yves Saint Laurent did in the early 70s. And again, I don't think that that was scandalous at all. I really don't. I feel like if anything, it was kind of like future telling because a lot of these pieces that we just looked at, we have either worn or we can see being, implemented today. So yeah, I think that was a really cool way to go down memory lane and doing a little bit of a deeper dive into Yves Saint Laurent. So let me know what you think about the 70s. Like when you think of the 70s, is it like me? Were you thinking that it's all just kind of like polyester, disco, bell bottoms? Or do you look at it with fond memories for maybe the better things that happened in fashion? I'm curious to know your thoughts on that, and let me know as well in the comment section what you think about that flashback to Yves Saint Laurent Liberation runway show in 1971. Okay, all right. And if you haven't already, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. It's super helpful to my channel and the YouTube algorithm. And when I say share, I want you to share this with other women that you think may get some inspiration from the little golden nuggets that I have to share about fashion and style. Okay.